And now it's time for the Dallas Actors Group radio dramatization of Frank Capra's classic, It's a Wonderful Life, adopted from the short story The Greatest Gift, written by Phil Van Doren Stern in 1939 and adapted for radio by Tony Palermo. In Bedford Falls, New York, on Christmas Eve, George Bailey is deeply troubled. Prayers for his well-being from friends and family reach heaven. Clarence Oddbody, Angel Second Class, is assigned to visit Earth to save George, thereby earning his wings. The Superintendent of Angels reviewed George's life with Clarence.
Clarence Oddbody, Angel Second Class, reporting for duty, Your Honor. Are you really sending me to Earth?
Yes. You see, there's a man in trouble down there. At precisely 10:45 p.m. Earth time, a man named George Bailey will be thinking about ending his life.
Oh my. And you want me to stop him? Well, then maybe I can finally earn my wings. I've only been waiting 200 years.
Listen, Clarence. You must stop him if you can. Now, let me brief you about George Bailey's case history.
Oh, that's okay, Your Honor. All I need is a plan. You see, Your Honor, I'm reading The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain, Tom Sawyer always has a plan.
Well, if you can help George Bailey with your plan, Clarence, you just may get your wings.
Yes? Thank you for your confidence in me, boss.
Now, when George Bailey was a boy, his little brother fell through the ice.
And George jumped in to save him?
Yes, but as a result, George has a bad ear.
Sure. Icy water, infection.
Few months later, young George was working after school at Gower's drugstore. But on this day, Mr. Gower's only son died of influenza. Devastated, Mr. Gower was trying to drown his sorrow in whiskey when the young George came back from a delivery. George, did you deliver that prescription?
Well, no, Mr. Gower,
Why didn't you deliver it right away? That little blind girl's sick. You lost her, didn't you?
No, Mr. Gower, here it is.
Here? Why, you...
Ow, Mr. Gower, my ear! My ear!
You good for nothing?
Ow, you're hurting my sore ear! No, Mr. Gower! You put something wrong in those pills.
Lazy loafer!
Look, I know you're sad, but you put something bad in these capsules. It's poison.
Poison? Oh, my God.
Don't hurt my sore ear again, please.
Oh, George.
That's why I didn't deliver it. I won't tell a soul, Mr. Gower. I won't tell anyone. Hope to die.
Well, George grew up and he wanted to go to college, but there just wasn't enough money, so he worked 4 years at the Bailey Building and Loan Association.
Building and loan?
Yes. George's father was in the building and loan business, he and George's Uncle Billy, but it was a case of high ideals and low bank account.
Those two always seem to go together.
George worked for his father and saved enough to pay for college. But first, he was going to summer in Europe, working his way across on a cattle boat.
Gee, it's hard to believe. This is my last night at the old Bailey boarding house.
We'll miss you, George.
Oh, I'm going to miss you too, Ma. And you too, Pop. But hey, what's the matter? You look kind of tired.
Oh, I had another run-in with Henry Potter today.
That old money-grubbing buzzard. I thought when you put him on the board of directors, he'd ease up a little. I don't understand somebody like Mr. Potter.
Potter owns about everything he wants in town. Everything except the Bailey Building and Loan. Maybe that's why he hates us.
Hey, George, can I borrow your tuxedo cufflinks for tonight's dance?
Sure, help yourself, Harry.
Well, where are they? Here? In your suitcase? Say, where'd you get that beat-up old suitcase anyway, George?
At the Emporium, Harry. Mr. Gower bought it for George.
A going-away present?
Yep, far away. You see, one of these days, that bag will be plastered with travel stickers from all over the world. You know, Rome, Baghdad, Samarkand.
Guess you're going to have a pretty full summer, George.
Oh, I'm going to have a pretty full life.
So why don't you come to the dance tonight?
Nah, I'd be bored to death.
Oh, but what a wonderful death. Well, I gotta run.
Was I like that when I graduated from high school?
Pretty much. I sure wish we could send Harry to college with you, George.
Yeah, but Harry can take over my job at the building and loan. Work for 4 years like I did, then he'll go.
He's pretty young for that job. Maybe you were just born old, George.
Now, how's that, Pop? My trick ear.
I said you were born old. George, when you get out of college, you wouldn't come back to the building and loan, would you?
Oh, no. Now, Pop, I just couldn't face being cooped up for the rest of my life in a shabby little office with all those...
I see.
I'm sorry, Pop. I didn't mean that. But it's just... Staying here, I just go crazy, you see. I want to do something big. Something important.
But in a small way, we are doing something important, George. In that shabby little office, we help people buy their own homes.
I know, Pop, but I feel if I didn't get away, I'd bust.
I guess you're right. Get that education, then do what you want, son.
You know, Pop, you ready for a shock? I think you're a pretty great guy.
Well, thanks, George. Look, why don't you go on over to Harry's dance? You'll have fun.
I guess I could drop in. Maybe I will at that. See you later, Pop.
So, George went to the dance.
And at the dance he fell in the pool with Mary Hatch. Later he walked her home. They were feeling pretty good, Clarence. As a matter of fact, wonderful.
Hot dog, eh, Mary?
We sound beautiful, George.
Hey, you know something, Mary? I'd almost say you were the prettiest girl in town. You look wonderful.
Well, why don't you say it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. Hey, how old are you anyway?
18.
18? Why, it seems only last year you were just 17. Hey, look where we are.
The old Granville house.
Yeah, I gotta throw a rock.
Oh, no, George. Even though it's deserted, I love this old place.
Bah! With deserted houses, you make a wish, and then you try to bust a window.
But it's such a lovely old house. I want to live there someday.
In there? I wouldn't live there if I were a ghost. Now watch. How about that, huh? Pretty good shot. Broke that window.
What'd you wish for, George?
Wish? Oh, I don't know. Well, not just one wish, Mary. A whole hat full of them. You see, I'm leaving this crummy little town. I want to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon. And that's just the summer. And then I'm coming back and going to college to see what they know, of course.
Of course.
And then I'm going to build things. Like, I'm going to build airfields and bridges a mile long. And then I'm gonna, come on, Mary, what is it you want? Do you want the moon? All you gotta do is say the word and I'll...
Okay, the moon. I'll take it. Then what?
Then what? Well, then you swallow it and it dissolves and moonbeams shoot out your fingers and then, do you think I'm talking too much?
Yeah, why don't you just kiss her?
How's that? Say what?
Youth is wasted on the wrong people.
Well, hey, just a minute. Hey, you. Hey, come on back here. I'll show you some kissing.
George!
Uncle Billy, look, I'm gonna kiss Mary. Watch.
George, get in the car, quick. It's your father. He's had a stroke.
What? What? My father?
Come on, George, get in. Hurry.
Well, George's father died that night, Clarence. And that fall, just as he was ready to leave for college, the directors of the building and loan had a meeting.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, now that Peter Bailey is dead, I move that we dissolve the building and loan and turn its assets and liabilities over to a receiver.
Bloody you dirty control! I'll read this next one. George, did you hear what that was?
It's too soon after Peter Bailey's death to talk about chloroforming the building and loan.
Peter Bailey was not a businessman. Ideals without common sense can ruin this town. And what's that get us? Discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. Now, who'll second my motion to dissolve? Oh, I meant no disrespect, George, but your father,
Now wait a minute. Why my father ever started this penny-ante building and loan, I'll never know. But just remember this, Mr. Potter. That rabble you're talking about, well, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community.
So?
Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms with a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him. But to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. In my book, Mr. Potter, my father died a richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book, George. I'm talking about the building and loan.
No, you're talking about something you can't get your greedy hands on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about. Well, this town needs this measly one-horse institution. If only to have a place where people can borrow a few dollars without crawling to Mr. Potter. Come on, Uncle Billy.
So, George Bailey didn't make it to college, boss?
No, he didn't, Clarence. George gave his college money to his brother Harry. Harry went instead.
But what about the girl? You know, Mary?
Oh, George saw her now and again, but Mary also went away to college, and George worked 4 more years at the building and loan, waiting for Harry to finish school, come back, and take over. George still hoped to see the world, though. He planned to work in the oil fields of Venezuela. Except, when Harry came back, he brought a girl with him. A wife.